Hey, Bill. I
Hey.
love it.
Hey, folks.
You know where we are?
We're at the entrance to Walmart, and you know what I'm doing?
What?
I'm practicing for my next job, if they'll hire me.
What are you going to be?
A Walmart greeter.
Hey, you look pretty good for a Walmart greeter.
I think I could do. You know what? Though I don't know that they do that anymore.
I don't know that they do, but you know what? You could volunteer.
Yeah, but you know it's a pretty high mark. I don't know if they'd hire me or not. We'll have to see.
Well, you know what? We'll find out today. If they don't kick us out, they might just end up hiring you.
We're going to talk to Carmen, who's the manager here, and I'll ask her. And if we don't mention this during the interview, you'll know that I didn't come up to the qualifications.
Well, you know what? I'm not very far away from retirement either, so I'm going to check it out myself. And
You know, we're joking a little bit, but most of the people here actually that work here, they are not retired. They're in their prime, in their youth.
That's true.
Vibrant and really hardworking folks.
actually, we've got some of those folks we're going to be interviewing throughout the program today, and I think we've got somebody coming up, don't we?
Well, Miss Jean Hackett is over here.
Miss Jean, come on over here, and I'm going to give you
just
my mic.
Step right in here.
Thank you.
Miss Jean,
Hello.
Yes, sir.
we hold that microphone up there a little closer.
Yes, sir.
And we just wanted to ask you a few questions. Now, how long have you been working with Walmart?
27 years.
27 years.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
before you started at Walmart, you were in nursing, I believe. You worked with, a lot of you folks will remember, was it?
McFarland Hospital.
Yeah, Dr. Sam
Dr. Sam
McFarland.
McFarland's Hospital.
That's what I
yes,
think.
The old one, yes, sir.
And so you came from there to here?
Well, yes.
Okay, and started working here. And let's see, the Carthage Walmart started 30 years ago.
Yes.
So you've been here almost since the beginning.
Yeah, they were about 2.5, 3 years open when
Okay,
I
so
started working.
you remember when it was out on Highway 25?
Yes, that
and
was
the-
great.
and the whole, yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, what's made you stay so long?
I enjoy working with people and making sure they get taken care of, you know, and I don't know, I just enjoy being with Walmart.
Well, I noticed I've come in here over the years, and you're one of the people that I've always seen, and I don't know about anybody else, but it's kind of reassuring to me when I see somebody stay with a company this long. It tells me, number one, it's a good company, and number two, they're treating that person right, and number three, the person likes what they're doing, and I guess that would describe what you're saying there.
Yes, sir. Very
Well,
much so.
Now, for those folks that don't know, where do you live? You live in the county here.
Yes, I live over between Gordonsville and Lancaster.
Okay. And long-standing,
Been there ever since I've been married.
okay, yeah, and children, raised children, went to Gordonsville High School.
No,
oh.
I grew up in DeKalb County,
Oh, you-
and I went
oh
to
my
DeKalb
goodness.
High School.
You're an
yeah.
import.
Yes,
Well, that's
but
okay.
I've been here ever since I got married, you know.
And you know what? DeKalb County is just that far away, so it's
Yes, sir.
the same fine folks over in DeKalb County. Well, we're so glad that you chose Smith County to make your life in, and I know Walmart's glad to have you too.
Well, I've enjoyed being in Smith County, and yes, I enjoy Walmart, and I hope to retire from here. Not soon, but in a few years, you know.
Well, you're like me. My hair turned gray, and people start going, "Well, when are you retiring? When are you retiring?"
Yes, I
And
get that all the time, but
Yeah, I'm
I
not
would like
ready
to
yet.
stay a long time.
Yeah, long time.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
thank you very much, and congratulations on, you said 27 years?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on 27 years.
Thank you, Mr. Billy.
Bill, I come to Walmart at least once a week.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
They get a lot of my paycheck, I must say. But for those of you who are like me and you have to watch your money and you have to be careful when you're spending, I'd like to share with our viewers a few money saving tips to decrease their spending, in other words, okay? So do you care if I share with them some things real
No,
quick?
go right
okay.
ahead.
First of all, here's something that has really helped me. Carry only small amounts of cash in your wallet. If
Well,
you
that's
have
not hard for me.
Yeah, me either. Me either. If I have $20 in my purse, that's really amazing. So carry small amounts of cash. The larger amounts of cash you have, the more you're going to spend. Here's another thing. If you use direct deposit, you're less likely to spend your paycheck.
Really?
Yeah. If it comes to your house, you'll probably go cash it, which means you'll keep out some cash and it gets spent. So have direct deposit. Then here's another one. Don't go shopping just for fun.
Oh, Lord, every woman out there just clicked off.
You know what? I can't anymore.
My wife does it for fun sometimes.
Oh, speaking of your wife, let's talk about this just for a minute. Could you use an extra $100 a month?
Oh, really? Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I want to tell you and our viewers a quick, easy way to do that.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm listening with rapt attention.
Can you save $1.67 a day? Just $1.67 a day. Can you put back that much money a day?
Well, no, I would think I could, yes.
If you and your spouse will commit to saving just $1.67 a day, you will have just over $100 in a month.
Adds up.
It really does. We don't realize that the little things that we spend money on, like cigarettes, it might be Coca-Colas, soft drinks, snacks, those things really add up. If you think about it, if you go up to one of the fast food places, it's nothing to spend close to $2 on a soft drink.
I guess
so that's
true,
just cutting out one soft drink a day, each of you, and putting it back. Now you have to remember to put it back, but you can save just over $100 a month. Here's something else. Buy only what you need. Don't buy things just because they're on sale. I have been guilty of that.
Oh, you mean when you go to these stores and they say, look how much money you save
by buying two or three,
this stuff.
Yeah.
That's really a false savings. Is that what you're
It really is. Just because they're on sale, if you don't need it, don't buy it. Use coupons, and I think Walmart is one of the stores that will honor other stores' coupons. Isn't that correct?
I believe that's correct.
I think that's right. And then also use a grocery shopping list to prevent impulse buying. And here's something: never shop hungry. You will end up buying a lot of things like I did Sunday night.
Like that giant chocolate cake that I picked up the other night.
Yeah, or those chocolate raspberry cookies that I bought Sunday night. And here's another one. Take your lunch to work instead of eating out. That's a really good one. That's so hard because I don't live here, so I don't bring my lunch. Shop around to get the best deal for big ticket items like cars and appliances. Be careful about being an impulse buyer.
Oh, especially with a car.
Yes, definitely. Wait. If you can wait until they're on sale, that's one of the best things you can do. And then buy used when possible. Now, I shouldn't have said that in Walmart. They don't sell used things here. But seriously, buy used products anytime that you can do it. There are some great deals. And those of you who know me know that I may be wearing, and not today, but I may be wearing something I got from the Goodwill or from the Help Center. This is not, but this was my Easter dress, actually. But, okay. Pay your bills on time to avoid late fees, extra finance charges, your utilities being turned off, eviction, repossessions, and so forth. Those extra charges are what we call stupid tax.
Yeah, and I've paid some in my lifetime.
I have too. And here's one more. Don't take a look at the amount you're spending on your habits, such as, again, smoking, cold drinks, snacks, lottery tickets, eating out. And I'll tell you this, I started, there was a time when I spent so much I was eating out 3 meals a day sometimes. And so I have started eating out 1 meal a day, and that's during lunch. So I eat at home in the mornings, and in the evenings, it has saved me a ton of money.
Oh,
it really
there's
has.
no doubt. In my other position, I traveled a lot, and I would leave like on a Monday, come back on a Friday, and so I was eating 3 meals a day out. One thing that I noticed, number one, I was spending a lot of money. Number two, I was not eating healthy, so therefore I was gaining weight and not feeling as good.
Right.
And I've noticed that since I'm closer to home and I'm able to watch what I eat and eat at home a lot, I'm able to save some money like that. So
and you've lost some weight too.
Yeah, I have lost a little weight.
I think I found some of it, but anyway. But I'm not discouraging you from coming to Walmart to shop, but if you do, and times are tough, and we want to save our money and be wise with it. So these were just a few money-saving tips that we at the Extension office try to share with some of our clientele that come in with, problems trying to manage their money.
Well, I'm glad you said that. I'm going to try to pick up on some of those.
All right, we've got a great group of people coming in to interview today. We've got lots to talk about, so I guess we'll get started in just a few minutes, right?
Okay. We are here at Walmart again. We're out in the garden center, and as you can tell, it's a little bright out here. I'll take these sunglasses off. But we're here with Miss Carmen Mize. She is the manager of the local Walmart store, and we just wanted to ask her a few questions. And Carmen, thank you for being with us.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Well, the first question that comes to mind is Carmen, you're not from around these here parts.
No.
So where did you grow up? Where are you from?
I'm originally born and raised in southeast Missouri. I grew up in a very, very small town, much smaller even than Carthage, about 650 people in the town that I grew up in, so very little.
So you know about small towns then. You
Indeed I do, yes.
Yeah. Well,
yes.
that's good that you would be here in our town, because we are a small town, and somebody like that, they can understand where we're coming from. I know when I graduated over here from one of the high schools, there was like 44 in my class. You probably had a small class.
Yeah, there was maybe 25 people in my graduating class, so it was small.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of know the dynamics that's going on then.
Absolutely.
Tell me this: how long have you been with Walmart?
I've been with Walmart for a little over 14 years.
14 years.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your first job with them? Why did you get started with them?
Well, like we just said, I'm from a very small town. Walmart there was actually the 9th Walmart that was built with the company many, many years ago. So it was very prominent in my community. So when I originally started, I was going to college, and so it's just a job, something I was going to do. And once I joined the Walmart family, I love the atmosphere. I've been fortunate enough to work in 3 different states with Walmart. Tennessee, obviously, being one of those states, and everywhere I go, Walmart's the same. It's the same community involvement that we have, the same family atmosphere we have. The culture is very much real in every store I've been in, so it's kept me with Walmart, and when a lot of people don't understand, when you start with Walmart, it's just something to do, it's just a side job. But what most people don't realize is there's a career here to be had, and that's something that I seen very quickly when I joined this team. And so through that, decided that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to service my community, and what better way to do that than manage a building that is very influential in the community and can give back to the community the way we need to.
Well, you bring up a lot of good subjects there. I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is the community involvement, and I want to get back to that. But I want to ask you one question prior to that. Now, you're obviously the store manager here.
Yes.
What made you want to be in management, and how did you achieve that goal?
A dual purpose. I mean, like I said, I seen that there was a career opportunity in it. What most people don't know is that 75% of the managers that we have for the company are actually promoted from hourly positions. So it's kind of something that's born and bred into your blood when you start, and as you grow, you just realize the impact that you can make, not only for your customers but for your community. And so it really just appealed to me from that standpoint. When I was going to school, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be an elementary teacher, and so what I found very quickly is I have a building full of children that are my children, whether or not they're older than me or not, they're my children, and I'm able to help them grow and achieve their goals, and just able to touch a lot more lives that way, in a different way than I would have been able as a teacher. So it's just something that just really spoke to me early on, and so making that decision to go into management just seemed like the right thing to do.
Well, that's a wonderful story. Now, you mentioned community involvement. I know we were at a scout dinner the other day, and you guys made a substantial donation, and I really appreciate that, by the way. Also, you're chamber members. You're a member of the Chamber of Commerce here in Smith County and support it. I know you probably get tired of seeing me, but I come over and I'll ask you, hey, can we get some money for this? And you are very generous, and we appreciate that. And we appreciate what you do in the community to help support, like the chamber and everything. And that's one of the reasons that we can do these chamber shows is people like you supporting us and letting people see what goes on. And the reason we wanted to come to Walmart is because a lot of times they come through the store and they see what's here, but they don't really hear the story behind it. And I noticed the word family is mentioned a lot.
Absolutely.
And I like that. What are some of the other, I'm sure there's things that you guys have helped in the community that I do not know about. Can you think of a few things that maybe I haven't mentioned?
Well, we try to do everything that we can. Obviously, I don't know of a lot of the things that are available until they're brought to my attention as far as needs in the community. So the biggest thing that I ask whenever we have those questions is if there is a need or there is a want in the community, whether that be for the local high school or that be for the Boy Scouts, or it be for, you're doing the Rotary Club doing the pancake breakfast, that you just submit that information to me it doesn't have to be super formal, but just a letterhead with your organization, what it is that you're trying to do, and we try to do what we can and give to everybody that we can. And just like everybody else, we have a budget, and we have to work within that, but we try to make that work for as many people as possible so that we can impact everybody in the community, not just a certain group or certain individuals.
Well, there's no doubt that Walmart makes an impact, and you guys are I think, a positive influence. Another thing that you do for us is kind of a side issue is the sales tax revenue that comes into the city and the county here helps support county endeavors, and that's appreciated. And of course, you're in business, to turn a profit and a revenue, and so therefore that's helping everybody. And how many employees do you have now currently?
Currently, we have 146.
Okay, and that's in Smith County.
Yes, sir. That's here at this store. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people would realize that there were that many people that are involved in operating this store.
Yeah, it's a 24-hour job. We have people that stock the shelves overnights. Obviously, we have our people during the day that price things, that get the merchandise ordered so that we have the product on the shelf, and we have a second shift crew that are here to just service the customers, zone the store, get it cleaned up after a hard day of shopping. And but it's definitely a 24-hour gig, so it's got to have enough people in here to do that. So we're always looking at applications, always accepting applications, and if anybody's interested, put your application in and call and let us know. So ask to speak to personnel, and we'll take a look at it and see what we can't do to get you part of the team as well.
So this is a place to come
Absolutely.
if you need a job.
Absolutely.
Okay, well that's wonderful to know. Okay, unless you've got any final words that you'd like to say to the folks.
No, I just appreciate the opportunity. Bill, you've been super helpful to me. I've joined this team here at this store back in October, and you've been my go-to guy, so I don't mind to be your go-to guy whenever I can be. So
Cool.
Just appreciate you having me today and letting us sponsor this day for you and setting up here in the store.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We appreciate you letting us be here.
Well, I'm here with Mitzi Overstreet. She also is a Walmart employee. Welcome to the show, Mitzi.
Thank you.
Now, tell us a little bit about where you're from originally.
I'm from here in Smith County.
Like what area of Smith County?
I live in Elmwood.
In
I've lived
Elmwood?
in Carthage before, though. but
Okay. All right. Well, how long have you worked with Walmart?
30 years.
30 years. Mm-hmm. Wow, and I thought I'd worked a long time, but that's a long time. So you must be really dedicated. What keeps you working here?
We just, it's kind of like a family atmosphere. Everybody helps everybody. We work together, get things done. Anytime I've needed help with, something with my family comes up, they work with me. Anything that goes.
Well, that's wonderful. I tell you what, having a good place to work makes all the difference, doesn't it? Where do you work here? What department?
I'm the department manager of Health and Beauty Aids.
Health and Beauty Aids. Okay. So if you were out of something, or if somebody needed a product that they couldn't find on the shelf, could they tell you and you could possibly try to get it for them?
We could try. If it's something that we've got a number for, we can get it, or we can, even if it's something that we don't, we could try to see if we could get that for them.
Okay, all right. So, what is the best thing about working for Walmart? It's the great pay, right?
It's the people,
It's the people.
and the customers. Everybody's so friendly. It's, I just like being around that.
And you're going to work 30 more years, or?
I doubt I probably won't make it that long.
Oh, you're still young. You're still young enough. We're so glad that you joined us on the Chamber Corner program. Thank you for being with us.
We're still here at Walmart, and we're sitting out in the garden center, and we're here with Miss Glenda Baker, and she's one of the folks that works here at Walmart, and we're just really pleased to have you with us, Glenda.
Thank you.
I want to ask you a few questions about your job here. Now, how long have you been working for Walmart?
26 years.
26 years at Walmart.
This store.
And you've enjoyed every day, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yes, she said that. She said she's enjoyed every day. No, it's like every other job. There's some days, but for the most part, I'm sure it's a great place to work. And in this garden center, when I look at it out here, all the beautiful flowers and stuff, Walmart has such a variety of stuff. Now, I understand you work in the office section of it, so you don't get to come out here and see the pretty
Not
flowers
much. This is the first time I've been out here in a couple weeks.
Okay, well, I can tell you, I was here about a month ago, and it was not pretty like this. All the flowers are out and blooming, so it's really nice today. Okay, you do the office function here, but I know you went through leadership with us.
I did last year.
Yeah, and I know we were really happy to have you and kind of representing Walmart in that part of it. And also another thing you do is the backpack program. Is
Yes,
that
I do.
correct?
I'm on the backpack committee.
Now, tell me a little bit about backpack. What do you guys do? Some folks out there don't know about the backpack program here in Smith County.
Once a month, we meet at the Ag Center. We meet the second Monday of every month at 4:30, and we actually meet earlier. And we get food from Second Harvest out of Murfreesboro. A couple years ago, Walmart was sponsoring a like a Feed the Children type
Right.
nourishment thing, and 4 different people in our community won $50,000.
Wow.
So
That's amazing.
so Walmart gave the backpack committee $200,000. So we went through Second Harvest out of Murfreesboro, and they bring food to us every month, and we pack it into backpacks, and we pack 1,000 backpacks every month.
Boy, that's wonderful. And they go to each one of the schools here in the,
And they go,
county.
that's 250 children a week for 4 weeks. So, and we even distribute in the summer too.
Okay, now the purpose of the backpack program, there are children in the county that sometimes they may not have as much food on the weekends as they do during the week because of the
Correct.
school food program. So they send them home with a backpack, and therefore they have a snack. And if I remember right, they put stuff in that will last over a weekend and kind of is non-perishable.
There's
I guess.
non-perishable juice boxes and milk boxes and cereals and snacks and juices. I mean, applesauce, fruit, and entrees like little Chef Boyardee canisters and things so they can microwave themselves.
So in other words, it's as healthy as possible and it still be non-perishable.
Correct.
Okay, changing the subject a little bit on you now. I've known you for years. You're a local. You live around here. But some of those folks out there might know. Tell them where you live.
I'm a resident of New Middleton, Tennessee.
And is there anybody in New Middleton that you want to say hello to?
My parents,
Okay.
Jerry and Lucy Baker.
All right, Jerry, Lucy. She's a star now. So you need to make sure that they watch the program.
Okay, I will.
Well, thank you very much for being
Thank
with
you.
us. Is there anything else about Walmart that we need to know? Any deep, dark secrets or great accolades of praise? Anything?
Just it's a great place for the community. It between when we grand opened in 2008 or just at the old store, we've given this county a lot of money. I mean, the company has.
I can attest for that. I was at a meeting here just the other day, and Miss Carmen Mize, who's the manager, she was there and made a substantial donation to the Boy Scout program, and we really appreciate what you guys do here in the community. Glenda, thank you for talking
You're
with
welcome.
us.
Hey, Bill,
Yes.
what is a crappy classic?
That's a tiny fish.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Why don't you tell everybody about the crappie classic?
Okay,
tournament?
well, and I'd like to explain something here. This is the first annual Cordell Hull Big Bass Crappie Classic. Now, I've got a flyer here that I'm going to show you in a second. Actually, if you were being correct, it would be the inaugural annual Cordell Hull Big Bass Crappie Classic. I just wanted that for all those purists out there so that they'd actually know that we actually do know what we're doing. But we liked first annual because we thought it sounded
I just
good.
don't understand why they spell it like crappy. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I don't know that either. That must have been some of the earlier settlers that did
Must
that.
have been that.
Anyway, we have this fishing tournament on May the 17th at the Cordell Hull Lake. It's going to take place at the Veterans Park in Granville. Now, the thing that's unusual or not a little different about this is we're going to have an hourly check-in. So you can start at 7 o'clock and it goes till 2 p.m. And each hour you can check in, and there's going to be a big bass that's going to win $300 each hour.
Oh, wow.
There's going to be a second big bass going to win $200 each hour. A third big bass that's going to win $100 each hour. Then the crappies are $50 per hour for the big crappie, and then the biggest one in the tournament wins $150. And we're playing in the slot limit, and if you are a fisherman, you know what I'm talking about, under 16 inch or over 21 inch. And there's a $1,000 prize for the person in the that has the biggest bass in the slot limit, under and over. So there's a $2,000 prize there, and it's a $7,000 payout. And if you want more information about this, this is the River Towns tournament, and I think because the wind is blowing, you may not be able to see that, but
Here's the little one like
it's the River Towns tournament, and this is the poster that's on it. It's got a QR code that leads to the Chamber of Commerce website. And what you can do is you can come by the Chamber of Commerce and you can pick up one of these entry forms. And on the entry form, it has all the folks that are sponsoring this. And if you open it up, you'll see all of our sponsors there. And we happen to be at Walmart today, and they are one of the sponsors of this tournament. So if you want to support the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce, the Smith County Chamber, and the Granville Museum, then you can come and be a participant in this tournament. And that's May the 17th. It's going to start at 7 a.m. at the Veterans Park. And you can put in, what I was going to tell you, it's unusual, you can put in anywhere in the lake and then do the check-ins at the weigh-in station. So we hope you'll come out and be with us on that.
And did you say there was a fee to get involved?
Yeah, there is a fee. It's $120 per boat for you to do that. And in the boat, you can have, we're wanting people to teach kids to fish. So in the boat, you can have a child under 12 in there, and that doesn't cost anything. And then there will be trophies for them, and so they'll be winners in some part of this tournament. So 2 fishermen in the boat plus a child, and it's $120 per boat. And like I say, the proceeds go to help the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce, Smith County Chamber of Commerce, and the Granville Museum. We hope that everybody will join us.
You know, Bill, I understand you've got some great classes that are coming up very soon for the public, computer courses and things. Why don't you tell everybody about those?
Well, what is this computer training courses? It's in Excel, PowerPoint, and Publisher is what I've got here. And May the 15th would be the first class that would be out on here on the TV. May the 15th, we're doing intermediate Excel, and that's on that's a Thursday. And we've actually got 2 class windows, 1 to 4 and 5 to 8. We're trying to fill up the 5 to 8 slot first. We need at least 5 people for the folks to come. Who's teaching this is the folks at Tennessee Tech University. And they'll come down and teach the course if they've got at least 5 people. We've got a computer bank at the Chamber of Commerce where we can train up to 10 people at a time.
Wow,
and they
that's great.
all have the same capabilities and computer to set up. So May 15th is the first class. May 22nd is PowerPoint, and we need at least 5 people in that. And May 29th is Publisher. If you're wanting to do flyers and items, such as this flyer about the classes that's going on, you can publish something like this in Publisher, and that's May 29th. And what we would like to do is get at least 5 people. It's at the Smith County Chamber of Commerce, and the cost, if you're a chamber member or if you work for a chamber member, the cost is $20 per class. And if you're not a chamber member and you want to come anyway, it's $30 a class, and this is very well spent money.
Now, I noticed this is a Microsoft 2010.
Yes.
So that's something you might want to keep in mind. Do they bring their own computers?
No, they don't have to bring anything. They just show up themselves.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So if
we'll
they're
do
planning
training.
on getting Microsoft 2010, of course, a lot of your features in 2010 and earlier are going to be about the same. Some changes, but Publisher has been great for us. If just for making signs, handouts, brochures, whatever, Publisher is great. You're slightly limited in Word, but Publisher's wonderful.
Yeah, it'll do quite a bit more, and you can put logos and pictures, and you can play with it a little bit and dress it up. And we do a lot of training sessions like this at Smith County, and kind of just to segue a little bit, what this is about is everybody talks about workforce development.
Right.
Well, people will say to me in the county, well, we need more jobs. That is true. We do need more jobs. One of the components in getting more jobs in the county is to have a ready, trained workforce.
Right.
Well, a ready, trained workforce means people that know how to use Office Suite. They know how to do programming. They know how to program CNCs. They need to know how to do things like that. And so some of the training that they can get in some of the local community colleges or that we put on during through the chamber is helping them to upgrade their skills to where if they're working a job and they want to get a better job, you can do that through taking training like this.
Right.
Because if you walk into an employer and you say, well, yeah, I can use the Office Suite. I know how to use Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Publisher. I can do all those things. That's just another feather in your cap of trying to get a job or get employment. And things are going that direction. We all need computer skills these days.
You know, I was while you were talking, I was thinking how many folks that have been in the workforce for a long time that really have not kept up with some of the latest technology that might want to just learn a little bit more. Perhaps they've never done a spreadsheet through Excel. I mean, it's a great program. We use it all the time with Extension. I'm sure you do too. And of course, if you are someone in leadership, you very well might need to know how to do PowerPoint. So these are some awesome classes, and I encourage you to come. And you said they start May the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th.
Right, and by the time this airs, May the 8th class will probably be passed.
Yeah.
But still the 15th and the 22nd and the 29th, you can get in on the classes. And it is the Intermediate Excel, PowerPoint, and Publisher, and we'd love to have you join us for the class.
And how? Tell them how to get in touch with you.
735-2093 is the phone number, or you can just drop by the chamber. We're straight across from Walmart at the light as you're going in down Main Street in Carthage.
Can they pay that day, or do they need to pay in advance?
We would like them to pay a couple of days before. That way we know who's coming to the session, because what happens if we don't make the 5, then they don't come.
Okay.
They don't come and do the training, and the reason they don't do that or they don't come is because it's not worth the time. They want to train at least 5 people in each class, and so that's a reason we need to know ahead of time.
So if you want to get in on these classes, you really need to call right away. Not only do you want to get a spot in the classes, but they need to know how many are going to be there. So please give them a call, 735-2093. Visit Smith County Chamber of Commerce.
That's right.
Now, let's talk about the University of Tennessee for a minute. Since I work for the University of Tennessee Extension, it's my understanding that just recently you took some University of Tennessee classes, Bill, and did you get an award or something? Tell us about that.
I went to a class on economic development. As part of my job, I have to, even though I'm old, we still have to continue our education. You're never too old to learn. So I had to go to this class on economic development. The Joint Economic Development Board paid for me to go to that class, and some of the other folks in the county have taken these classes. We have to continue our education, and I just happen to have my certificate. I carry it around with me.
In your pocket, no doubt.
In my pocket.
Can I hold it for you?
Yeah, and what that is that's on the steps toward being a certified economic developer. And what that means is someone who basically looks at the economy in the local area that they're in, and they do the things that are necessary to be able to get different jobs in, different industries in, retail, tourism. It runs the full gamut of it. And it's a very good course, and you get college credit for it, and it's something that we needed to do. So that we kind of have an idea of how to try and help Smith County to grow and be better.
And we appreciate what you do for us here in the county.
Thank you.
Most people have no idea how much you have to do and how busy you stay, and it's got to be stressful, but you have done a great job, and taking courses like this will really make a difference for our community, for jobs, for industry. I mean, it will help. You know what I'm really amazed about? That you have a pocket this big that you can put this in your I mean, you know, that's a big pocket, y'all.
I might
Okay.
have exaggerated just a hair.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me say one thing, though.
Okay.
Smith County, you're talking about the job. It is a great job. And the reason it's a great job is because Smith County is such a great place. I think this is some of the best and most wonderful people in the world. In the course of my work lifetime, I have been able to travel a lot of places. I've been a lot of places. I won't go through the list, but I always came back to Smith County, and the reason is because I really believe we live in one of the most beautiful and most productive areas of the world, and I love the people here. They're gracious, they're kind, and they will help you when you're in need. I see that every day when we do these food truck giveaways, talk about backpack programs and other things that go on. There
That's
are some
true.
very, very good people, kind people in this county, and I'm just proud to be associated with them and proud to work for them.
You know, I agree with you. I've been here 31 years, and if it weren't for the people and the beautiful surroundings, I certainly would not have stayed in one job, you know, for this long. It's just a joy and a blessing to be able to work here. Speaking of working, I've got something coming up in June that I'd like to share with everybody. I know it's a little early, but we were already starting to fill up. I'll be offering my summer water aerobics classes. These will begin, actually they begin the end of June, but people have already started to sign up that have heard about it. Normally we have about 25 in this class. That's all I can take. We just don't have the room or the equipment, because we do provide weights for the folks that are taking this course. We will be starting the water aerobics classes the very last week in June. Starting Tuesday, June 24th. Now, the good thing about water aerobics here in the county, it's at the Carthage City Pool, by the way, but the great thing is it's just women, and there are no men, and it's after hours, so you have no excuses.
You're saying that like that's a good thing.
Well, you know,
I guess it is a good
truth
thing.
is, some women would not come
And I
if it was
understand
in
that.
mixed company.
I understand
And so,
that.
and I do too. And I probably wouldn't teach if it was in mixed company, not with a bathing suit on. So, but these will be held Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 5:15 until 6:15. At the Carthage City Pool. We start the last week in June, and we finish up the last full week or the first full week in August. So we'll be finishing up August the 7th. So it's actually 7 weeks that we've got planned to do this.
Okay, so this is for any lady that basically hears this broadcast.
Yes,
or knows
in
about
fact,
it.
we've had some folks from DeKalb County that have driven in to take this class for the last 2 years. And so we want to, I just want to tell you that it is a fun class. We have really upbeat, fun music. We work every part of the body every single time. Sometimes we play games. And by the way, we don't get in the deep water. So if swimming is an issue for you, don't worry. All of these classes are done from the shoulders down in water. You do not have to worry about it getting in over your head. That's not a problem. But if you want to come a little early, they will let us swim and stay a little late and swim. So it's a fun class. And the class is $25, and that's for the full 7 weeks. All that money I am donating back to the Carthage City Pool, because we want to keep that pool open. They've done a lot of work on that to keep it updated
it looks
and
really
clean
nice.
and nice. And I want to commend Sabra Hodge, Mayor Sabra Hodge, for all the hard work that she has done personally. She's actually gone out there and done some work to get this thing up and running. So if you're interested in being in the water aerobics class at the Carthage City Pool this summer, it starts the end of June, but we're already getting people signed up. I think we've got about 10 people signed up.
Okay, so you need to hurry.
You better call quick. And that's the only reason I'm telling you this month rather than in June, because I'm afraid it will be full by the time we talk about it in June.
Okay,
If there's
well-
any openings, I'll bring it back up in June, though.
That's a good class, and you ladies, you need to sign up for that.
And I need to tell them how to sign up. Call the extension office, the UT extension office, at 735-2900, and we'll get you registered and on the list. Don't delay, call today.
And by the way, congratulations. I believe you're the director of the Extension Service now. Is that
Actually,
correct?
I am the county director. Just yesterday, we did interviews to try to hire an ag agent, an adult ag agent, to replace retired David Glover.
Who did a wonderful job.
Yes, he did. But we're hoping to get, we've narrowed it down to 2 people. Now it's up to the University of Tennessee to decide which of those 2 we get. So we should be knowing about that probably within the next week or so. So while this is airing, we will probably know who our next Smith County adult ag agent will be. But yes, I am the county director. We have tried to update our website and do a lot of updating of the interior of our offices. Stop by and see us. We would love to have you drop in. We don't take a lunch break. We're always open unless it's something that's happened like meetings or something. So stop by our office. We're located right next to what used to be Turner Sit-Go Station on Highway 125 and or Gordonsville Highway, I should say.
Right
We're at
from
125
Park.
Gordonsville Highway. Yes, I'm sorry, Highway 53. And we would love to have you stop by. We've got new furniture, so let me brag just a moment.
Oh, wow.
And we're getting new computers, and that is not costing taxpayers a dime. Okay.
That's
We have
wonderful.
raised the money.
People love
and
that when their taxes don't go up.
I know it. I know I do. I like to see that my taxpayer dollars are being spent well. But we do want to be updated, and we do have an updated website. And if you would like to go to our website and see what's happening in agriculture, FCS, and 4-H. FCS is Family and Consumer Sciences, Bill. Used to be home ec.
Yeah, right.
And in the 4-H
They wouldn't let
program,
me be in it when I was a kid.
well, you can now.
I know.
You can now, in the 4-H program. So if you would like to know any about that, you can go to our website. It's smith.tennessee, and that's all spelled out, smith.tennessee.edu. You can go right there and you can pull up our website and see what all's going on. And we've tried to update it and make it all fresh and brand new.
So anybody in the county's got a question about something from a home standpoint, garden, anything like that,
Trees,
you guys can try to help them.
insects, children's projects. Yeah, we can help you out, so just give us a call.
Okay, well, that's wonderful to know. And then on the other side of it, if you're wanting to start a business or you're wanting to do something, you can come to the Chamber of Commerce. So between the 2 of us, we should be able to help a person.
I think we got them covered,
Yeah,
don't you?
I would like to think so.
Bill, we're back here, still at Walmart, and I wanted to ask you something. I understand you've got a great big event that's coming up. That's one of the biggest things that the Chamber does every year. What is that?
Well, it's our annual meeting and our banquet. It's June the 9th, and former Vice President Albert Gore Jr. was gracious enough to consent to come and be our speaker.
Oh, wow.
So,
Did y'all hear that? Albert Gore Jr.
Yes.
will be the speaker.
Yeah.
That's an absolute.
And I have people ask me, well, the first thing they'll ask me is, how in the world did you do that? Well, honestly, I had a friend who is fairly close to the Gores, and he and I conversed, and I just asked him, I said, do you think that he might come? And he said, well, I think he would, but the only way we'll know is if we ask him. So we just asked him, and he immediately said yes.
Wow, that's great.
So I was very pleased about that. A lot of people don't realize it, but he still maintains a residence here in Smith County, and I know they
okay.
come and are on the lake quite a bit, and so we just felt it was good. Smith County has a deep history in the United States with people that have made a difference. And I remember reading the story, and I'm going to segue a little bit on you here if you don't mind.
Okay.
But I remember reading the story about Cordell Hull and about how he would come home from these great world things that were going on that he was a part of, and he would sit on the courthouse lawn out there at the Whittlers stage. You know, there's a monument there that says where the Whittlers used to sit. And in
Yeah.
fact, I think there's a
The bench
checkerboard
or
or
something. Oh, okay.
on one of the benches. Well, Cordell Hull, who was making decisions that affected the entire earth,
Yes.
would sit in the Smith County Courthouse lawn. One of the people that would sit and talk there with him was Albert Gore Sr.
Okay.
And that's what inspired him to want to become a politician and get involved in politics and do the things that he did. He was a teacher. He taught school here in Smith County. Albert Gore
I did
Sr.
not know
did.
that.
Yeah, and he was involved in the school system here. The Gores have deep roots. They still have family here. There are people that are listening to this program, and they have family ties to the Gores.
Yeah.
And so when you have someone like Cordell Hull, who won the Nobel Peace Prize, and someone like former Vice President Albert Gore Jr., who won the Nobel Peace Prize, in your county and associated with your county, and they have blood relatives and people that live here in the county and have friends still here, it's something that you need to make sure that the rest of the world knows about, I
Right.
think.
I do too. I think that's wonderful.
And so I just, I felt very pleased and honored that he would accept the invitation to come. And it's June the 9th. It's going to be at the Smith County Ag Center. And if you are a member of the Chamber of Commerce, you should probably have already received your invitation for that. If you would like to join the Chamber of Commerce, you can attend this meeting. And it is a membership meeting for the annual meeting, and we'll present some of the annual stuff that we do, some reports that we have, take care of a little business, and then we'll turn it over to Mr. Gore, and he'll speak, and I think it's going to be a great night. By the way, also going to have some really great food this year. Miss Vicki Russell with Cartwright Catering
Yes.
is doing the food presentation, and I know she does.
She does a great job.
And then there's another group I want to mention. I had the privilege of going to Gordonsville to the recreation, or I guess it's the meeting room there at the Gordonsville Baptist Church, which is very nice, by the way.
It is.
And there was a meeting going on there. It was the FCE, and there was a lady up at the front that was dressed kind of strange, conducting the meeting. That was you, wasn't it? And one of the yeah, it's the reason she's laughing is you should have seen her. I have pictures. Anyway, they were having, I guess it was your annual meeting, so to speak.
Yeah, it was an awards ceremony actually, but it was a Mardi Gras theme. So we were all asked to wear the Mardi Gras colors, which were purple, gold, and green, and
feathers and beads.
yeah, and
and
then we had a lot of interesting costumes, and I dressed like a Renaissance queen.
Okay.
I had a crown, and my hair was all little ringlets, and it was interesting. But we were giving away these awards, and all of a sudden, I see Billy Woodard come in the door while we're giving out all these awards, and I said, "Oh, we're so pleased to have Billy Woodard from the Chamber of Commerce come into our awards ceremony." So it was an interesting thing. But yes, we had some very interesting costumes.
What was funny is she says, "And why are you here?" In front of 300 people, she asked me, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Well, this is one of the biggest events in the county, a premier event, and so I wanted to come photograph it." And so
Yes, our FCE clubs are a very large group, and our county mayor has actually said the FCE clubs, the Family and Community Education clubs that we have here in Smith County, are some of the best in the state, and I agree with him.
Oh, I have
Our
no doubt
leadership
about
is
it.
tremendous. They do all kinds of things that most people don't have a clue about.
Well,
so.
they do a lot of things in the community, and the reason, I know we were talking about the chamber banquet, but the reason I went into that is the ladies at the FCE are going to help us do the decoration, and I'm really excited about that, to see what all they've come up with and how they're going to do this. They're going to help decorate the banquet hall.
But now if it's a flop, it means that Bill did
No,
it.
it's on me then.
I'm just kidding.
Well, folks, I'm going to admit this in public on camera. I do not have a decorator gene. So we'll see what happens with that. And that's why I asked these ladies, because I knew, number one, they'd do a good job. Number two, they'll come through. Because if you want something done and you want it done right, you get the FCE ladies to do it, right?
They do a fabulous job, I'll have to say. And if you would like to be a member, let me put in my,
Okay.
my little commercial here. If you would like to be a member of one of the FCE clubs, we have a mailbox membership for those who can't go to meetings, and we also have 8 different clubs that meet around the county. Some meet in daytime, some in the evening, and there's always a learning potential there. We have educational programs. They do many service projects. Some of them have adopted, like Emmanuel House, the nursing home, the backpack program. the Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. I mean, there's just so many different projects that they've been involved in, and of course, they're always there to help the needy whenever that's an issue as well. So I'm very proud of our family and community education clubs. Some of you who are in our listening audience or watching audience, maybe viewing audience may remember them as home demonstration clubs.
Right. My mom was a member of that.
And they've been around for about 100 years.
Yeah.
So it's a very long-lasting organization. They've changed their name, but their mission has always been the same, to educate and to be there for the family. So thank you for bringing that up.
But to circle back around to the original topic, June the 9th is the Chamber Banquet and Annual Meeting, and if you want to attend, all you got to do is join the Chamber, and then you'll get an invitation. And we would love to have every one of you. And a lot of people don't know this. You as an individual can join the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to be a company or anything like that. We have several people, and I'll give an accolade here. Mr. Charlie Bob Hughes has been a member for many, many, many years.
Okay, I did not know that.
And he was just a member on his own. And the reason is because he wants to support the community. And
nonprofit groups can be members, just like our FCE clubs, our county council. The FCE County Council is actually a member of the Chamber of Commerce.
Right. Rotary Club is a member. The Carthage Rotary Club. There's several of the clubs that are members, and I made a mistake of starting to name people, and I shouldn't have done that. But we would like to have you be involved, because we want to be the economic driving force in the county, and with the FCE clubs and with the Chamber of Commerce and the things and programs that are going on, Smith County is pretty strong. We've got some good things going on. We got a good team going here. Mayor Gibbs over in Gordonsville, Mayor Wheeler in South Carthage, Mayor Hodge in Carthage, and Mayor Nesbitt, all working together as a team and trying to make Smith County a better place. We got a good team of folks working here.
We really do. I guess it's time to recap and remind everybody about what's coming up for the month of May and some of the things that are happening in June. The wind is picking up right now, so we're going to have to. There we go. All right, so what have we got, Bill?
Okay, well, of course, we talked about the bass and crappie tournament. You talked about the water aerobics classes that were going on. And one other thing that we haven't mentioned yet, if you want to know about what's happening in Smith County, we have a Smith County Ag Center information hotline. That's 588-1598. That number's 588-1598. If you press for number 1, you'll find out what's going on at the farmers market over on the highway in front of Crump Parish Park, right by the soccer ball. If you punch number 2, you'll find out what activities are going on in the Ag Center and that surrounding grounds there. If you punch number 3, you find out about local events that are going on somewhere in the county or associated with the county.
Right.
So all you got to do is call 588-1598. We update that every Friday afternoon.
Oh, wow.
Every Friday afternoon, and we let you know what's going on the next week, and we try to cover it till the next coming Friday. So if you want to find out what's going on, and if you have something that's going on in the county, an event, and you want us to put it on the information hotline, if you'll call the chamber at 735-2093, we'll put that on there for you. And that's the Smith County Ag Information Hotline, 588-1598.
All right. Well, it's been a great day here at Walmart, celebrating their 30th?
This was the reason we came here. They're a chamber member, and they're also celebrating 30 years in Smith County. They had a celebration out here the other day. The mayors came, and they had cake, served it to all the folks that came through, and had their employees out there. I didn't know that. I would have been out here. Yeah, hey, it was good cake, too. They had chocolate, and I don't know what the other one was because I didn't eat it. Chocolate, you know. Got to eat the chocolate.
I know.
Anyway, they had all their employees out there, and they did the famous Walmart cheer. First time I'd ever experienced it.
Okay, I haven't experienced that either. Where have I been, under a rock?
I don't know. You just, Jenny, you got to get out more.
I just don't get out. I know.
You got to get out more.
This is the most I get out doing this show, I think.
But anyway, it was a lot of fun. They served a lot of cake, gave out gifts for folks, and so it was just a good day. And they gave some awards. They had 3 employees, and we interviewed them here today two of them that have been here with them a long time, started right here in Smith County. The one shocking fact that I learned today is that there's 159, is that what she said, people that it takes to run this Walmart.
That is amazing, isn't
That's
it?
159 jobs here in
Jobs.
Smith County. So, you know, we're glad to have them here and glad they're a member of the chamber. So if there's anything else, can you think of?
I can't think of it. We just be sure and give us a call, either the UT Extension office at 735-2900 or the Chamber of Commerce at 735-2093, and we'll be glad to help you. We're always here for you.
And remember, Smith County is a great place to live, to work, and to play. God bless.